After that intense experience with Uberto last week, this time we are shooting at a much lighter yet unfamiliar place for all of us. For the new viewers, this is not heaven, and it certainly isn't hell. We are in no man's land, whose creator is Hope, our hostess, and always finish the season with her. Good evening, Hope.
Good evening, Mr. Brown. How do you do?
I'm fine, thanks for asking. So, what can the players expect this year?
No surprises here, really. Players who've done all the hard work throughout the year, and are very close to their final reward. Patience is a virtue here.
Do you feel the same way?
I certainly do. Every year it gets better and better, Jacob, and you can count me in for the next year, no matter what happens on the following episodes.
I certainly do, Mr. Brown. 3 more to go.
I am very excited, Mr. Brown, as this is my first time in the game. Miss Hope and I come from the same realm, and I always wanted to experience her works here.
Very well then, let's get started and see what these clouds are hiding.
Also a small part of the equation.
What do you mean?
Home is not where you live, but where they understand you.
I know that time flows slower there than here. How do you manage jet lags?
I don't. Every time there is an adjustment period, it takes up half the time I'm allowed to be on this specific realm.
Small price to pay if you ask me.
Also a small part of the equation.
What do you mean?
Home is not where you live, but where they understand you. And this house is empty.
What are you talking about? People love you. This couldn't be done if it... The other two must be very careful now. Didn't understand you.
It's a complicated subject. Let's focus on the players for the time being, shall we?
Of course. You know that we receive a lot of hate mails as well as good ones from fans of the show about you. There was one yesterday from a man who wanted to stay anonymous, and he writes, "Dear Hope, I don't know what is hidden underneath that black hole of energy, but your voice is so perfect that I want to marry you. This will never happen until the day that hell freezes over, but I found a way to be with you all the time. We are now shooting at the rural area of Serpentsville, where many scholars, philosophers, and artists live the good life in this place. We know that many viewers were waiting impatiently for this, as this is the first year that we had the honor to cooperate with a very distinguished gentleman, Mr. Uberto Rossi.
Good evening, friends.
This is a very beautiful and imposing structure. Do you gather here a lot?
Yes, all the time. Although the past 9 months it was shut down for preparations for this game.
We are very thankful that you joined our show. I know that some of our players will feel uncomfortable, but that's part of the challenge. Am I right?
All I can say is that a meat that floats is bad meat.
I was raised to be Catholic. Once I came here, I lost my faith. But Mr. Rossi is an interesting fellow, and I'm thinking of applying for a membership after the show is over.
This doesn't touch me a bit, although I like that they used my species to symbolize evil.
Let's get started and see what surprises lie ahead. I have good news. Our rates have increased more than 30% compared to last year. I believe this is primarily the result of your presence in our show.
I am glad this is happening.
How long have you been here?
I stopped keeping track of time a long time ago. But soon it will be 2 centuries from my arrival.
How does it feel?
At first I became the very thing that I always despised and fought against in all my life. A sinful, indifferent, egotistical man. But after years of meditation and wandering in the bowels of hell, I found the light.
The light of all lights, as you say in your formal recitations?
This is different. I mean the answer as to why I ended up here, and not in heaven.
Was the answer satisfying?
Yes,